Hey everybody, it is a beautiful morning. We got a lot of rain in the past 24 hours for our area and cooler temperatures, but with that comes winds, and I'm going to show you a little clip of video of what it looked like yesterday. We had a major dust cloud that day. You can tell by this video the visibility is so low. And you can see the little hummingbird trying to hang on to the feeder. As I said, the good news is we received a lot of really good needed rain. We've been in a drought for so long. So you can see all the paths are wet. There's a fresh scent in the air, and all of our plants, our gardens got nice rain. So I'm going to get a few things accomplished this morning. This is the Nepeta that I divided the other day. And you can see some of the leaves are wilted. Actually, most of the leaves are wilted, and that's normal. But Nepetas are pretty strong and they are resilient. They will come back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be cutting off all of those branches that have the wilted leaves on them. What that will do is it will keep the Nepeta from having to put all its energy into keeping those stems alive and those leaves from wilting anymore. It will put its energy into resetting those roots and growing new stems and leaves. Now we are also going to do the same thing to the portion of that Nepeta that we transplanted in the flower garden. This one actually has some stems on it that the leaves are not wilted, so we won't be trimming those off. We will be trimming off those that are wilted only. So we're going to head back over to the original plant and get that one taken care of first. Now I'm noticing that the stems on this one are a little harder to trim off because of all the rain. They are so plump with moisture. They're not like a tree stem that's easily snapped off. So here's what it looks like, and I know it looks very harsh, but it's early in the season and it has plenty of time to grow back, and I think it's going to be a lot healthier without having to put energy into those wilted leaves. Now let's clean up the transplanted one. All right, so that one's now cleaned up. It does still have some leaves on it, so it's nice to be able to see that in the garden. The next thing I'm going to do is in this bed. I have a lot of bulbs that I planted here several years ago, and what I've noticed over the years is they are declining. So some of them will actually grow the leaves, but they'll never put a bud on, never bloom. And what is happening is daffodils, that's most of the bulbs that are in here, are early spring bloomers. So if you've ever watched the sun in the sky, it is not as high in the sky in early spring. And because those daffodils, some of these daffodils are planted near this wall, they aren't getting sun. So my plan is to dig those bulbs up that are closer to the wall and move them to the front of the garden. And I have purposefully not cleaned up the dead stems from those daffodils so I'd know where they were located. Here's what I'm talking about. I left the dead leaves of the daffodils that actually grew leaves but never bloomed so that I'd know where they were located. This makes it easier to know exactly where to dig. There's lots of little rocks, little pebbles in this soil, so I'm kind of checking everything. And one thing to remember, daffodils are planted about 6 inches deep, so I need to dig that far down. And I'm trying my best not to disturb the roots of the other perennials in this garden too. So it's really odd, but I am not finding anything. So I'm just going to cover this hole back up for now and try another spot. I finally found a bulb. It's not very big, and I really honestly can't tell you whether it is a daffodil or some other kind, but I believe it is a daffodil. So we'll save that one and keep looking. And here's the second one. Again, it's not very big, but we're going to save it and replant it. Okay, here is a salvia from last year that has come back up. So I would need to get that one back into the ground, tucked away safely. I have kept digging with no more luck. It baffles me. So I'm covering up another hole and we'll try one more. But before that, let's take care of the 3 bulbs. All right, since we found 3 small bulbs, we're going to go ahead and plant them. I'm digging up an old bee balm that just never did much of anything. And this is about the place I'm going to plant those bulbs because it's closer to the front of the garden. It gets a lot more sun in early spring. Okay, first I need to make sure I have the right end of each of these small bulbs pointing up. So I'm having to take some time to clean them off so I can see the bottom and the top. I'm going to go ahead and put these in. I'm going to assume they're daffodils, plant them about 6 inches deep, and get those covered up. Now onto one last spot to try to find some bulbs. So I'm still not finding any bulbs, yet they grew some leaves. What I am finding that is interesting is these sea hollies that are growing right here. This is probably their 3rd year, and look at the roots that they have. These are tough. These aren't just the fine, tiny roots. So I'm understanding more how they come back every year. They're tough perennials. All right, back to the task of trying to find bulbs. Here's what I've decided. I have dug and dug and dug, and this is a bigger job than I expected it to be, and I'm just disappointed I'm not finding anything. So I think I'm going to stop that particular project for today and pick it up another day and just keep digging around and trying to find more bulbs. And you're probably wondering why I am so adamant about finding these bulbs and not just buying more and planting them this fall. These were bulbs that I transferred from my mother's garden, and they have a special meaning for me. Now I can go back to her garden and get more, but this is why I am spending the time and doing this. And it's a task because I'm having to work around other perennials, but I'm just very curious as to why they're not showing up. So what I'm going to have to do is go back to some of my older videos from this early spring and see where the green ones were growing, where the ones that were blooming were growing, and find those spots and dig in there and see what I can find. So until then, I have one last project I want to get done. But before that, I will cover this hole back up to cover these roots. And the last thing I'm going to do is to dig up this little sedum that I actually started from a little leaf of another sedum, and I just stuck it in the soil and it grew, and I'm going to dig it up and transplant it to the middle of my garden. I only have one sedum, and so I want it to be in the center of my garden. Look at all the roots that it created. All right, here's where I'm going to plant the sedum. It will get plenty of sun. It's near the front of the garden, so it will be a showpiece. There, I think that looks perfect. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.